Sitting down with a nice cup of coffee in the morning is a great way to wake up and take a few moments to yourself before rushing out the door. But how is your coffee tasting? It's easy to get used to a routine and find yourself not really enjoying the taste of your trusted coffee. The great news is that you can take some simple steps to give your brew a boost. It's easy to pick up the same coffee you've been drinking for years, but today's coffee selection is vast and impressive. From the local coffee shop to the grocery store, there are many great coffees available to explore. A well-roasted coffee bean doesn't have to cost a lot either. You can find some quality and affordable coffees if you're willing to give unknown brands a try. Simply look for the one. Pound bags and be sure to sample different roasts. The right bean for you is out there. You just have to find it.
A few simple steps to make your morning cup of coffee more delicious at home. So let's do it.
Number 1. Store your beans properly. Once you get those coffee beans home, they need to be stored correctly so they stay fresh. That means an airtight container placed in a cool, dark, and dry location. Not the freezer. If you use a clear container, put it in a cupboard away from the heat of your appliances. Also, avoid stocking a large supply of coffee beans because they taste best shortly after roasting. Try to use whole beans within a month and ground coffee within 2 weeks. Number 3. Measure the ground coffee. For each brewing method will require a different ratio of ground coffee beans and water. Use too little and you have no flavor. Too much and you get thick mud. The key is to find the perfect amount of beans for your brewer and how many cups of coffee you make at a time. A standard drip machine, for instance, uses 1 tablespoon of coffee for every cup of water. If needed, measure your beans with a kitchen scale to get the perfect amount for your taste every time. Number 4. Use clean water. No matter how you make it, coffee is nothing more than coffee beans and water. When you take care to select the right beans and find the ideal grind, the next logical step is to look at your water. The best water to use when brewing coffee or tea is clean and cold. Distilled bottled water or filtered tap water will produce a better, cleaner tasting cup of coffee than water straight out of the tap. Number 5. Try a different brewing technique. There are many methods to brew a cup of coffee, so you're not stuck with a traditional drip coffee maker. You might try, for instance, a pour-over style or a French press. Stove-atop espresso makers like the Mocha Pot and the popular AeroPress are excellent options as well. Each of these will create a rich, flavorful cup of coffee that often outshines a drip brewer. They may take a little more time and attention and won't brew as many cups at once, but the result is often worth it. Number 6. Clean your equipment. A coffee pot is not a cast iron pan, and it does not get better as it becomes seasoned. The residue left behind from the brewing process will diminish the taste of your coffee, so it's important to clean your coffee pot. With most presses, brewers, and stovetop pots, you can simply hand wash the pieces once a week or so. Some can be tossed in the dishwasher, but check with the manufacturer first. Number 7. Avoid old coffee. Bitter, bad-tasting coffee is often the result of overheated or burnt coffee. It typically happens when you leave the pot on a warming burner until it dries up, or someone at the office becomes desperate enough for an afternoon jolt. Worse yet is the practice of reheating it in the microwave. Number 8. Explore sweeteners and creamers. Any cup of coffee can be doctored up with a variety of sweeteners and creamers. Some people say that a good cup shouldn't need additives, but it's your coffee, so mix in whatever you want. Try a small slab of butter rather than milk or cream. Cinnamon makes an excellent sugar substitute, and flavored simple syrups are easy to make. Freeze some of that leftover coffee with milk and sugar into coffee cubes for a quick iced coffee, or create your own Irish cream. Have fun, follow your mood, and you'll never have a boring cup again. Number 9. Learn to make coffee shop drinks. Watch the barista at the coffee shop whip up a few drinks, and you'll realize that they're not complicated. There are many ways that you can easily create coffee shop drinks at home.